Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Hatcher. That's complete to Dobbs. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Looking to throw. Hatcher. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now third down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw on third down. Hatcher. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. They'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. On play action, they'll throw. It's caught, Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Jones will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Will we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're going to look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Devontae Adams. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point forthcoming. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Back to throw. Hatcher firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, Hatcher got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hatcher eluding the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Now Jones, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have taken the lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you can describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds.
54 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Operating from the gun. Hatcher. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught here by Adams.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with the defender right there.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Throwing again. Hatcher.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the gun on third down. Hatcher looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a two-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Hatcher. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Madison is in. Touchdown, Packers. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Being chased out left. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
They'll set up a throw.
It returns it right back to Samuel.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with first.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now to 3rd and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Quay Walker. And a